Good morning, pipe friends. Hope everybody's doing good. Listening to a little Guy Witherspoon music. Guy, you really turned me on to that big band there. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit though. It's kind of relaxing. I like it. Today, like I say, just gonna be. I've got to go to work in a couple of hours. Decided to hang out at the house this morning a little bit. I've got to get up to the restaurant, help them a little bit. Just gonna kind of do a little Friday morning ramble. Today I'm gonna be smoking my little basket pipe, little rusticated basket pipe that came from MA's. Billy, this is I think the one that I'll be similar to this one. If he and I communicated right on the phone, yours, Alfred, is going to be similar to this one. And in it, I'm going to be smoking some Black Bayou that I got a month or so back from MA. And I hadn't smoked much of this. I think I've smoked a bowl, so I'm really not up to giving a review on it yet. So I don't remember much about it. We'll just kind of we'll smoke a little of it here on and see. It's very similar to a liqueur based. I know they got one called Rum Rummy that is just really awesome, but it's a heavy cased tobacco. Gets sticky on your finger, but it's got a good rum flavor, Highland whiskey and whatnot. These, I think this is in that line. It looks like it's got some Cavendish and maybe some Virginias in it. I'm not real sure. It's a really good looking dark type tobacco, but we're gonna give her a try here and see. Again, I don't even remember. I got this a month and a half or so ago, and I'm bad about going back to my Golden Delight Virginias and my Burley Light. I love those. I'll head to Ralph's Mix or smoke Orlick or something like that. I'm bad about going back to my old favorites, and I've got several that I bought that are really good. I've got one called that I'm gonna do a review on called Spice Vanilla that is awesome. It's a really potent aromatic. It's not an everyday, all-day smoke, but it's one of those that just every now and then just really gets you where you need to be if you like an aromatic once in a while. And I do. I started out on aromatics, slowly going over to more full Virginias and Burleys. Another one, and I have yet to order it, is that GLP's Jackknife Plug. It's got some good Kentuckys and Virginias, and it's good and stout. It's good. And I'm going to try to get an order together from Pipes and Cigars. I've been saying it for the last week or 10 days and just never have done it. Next week I've got to get an order together from them. Let's get us an initial char light going here. And as always, I'm drinking some Coca-Cola in my favorite trusty Citgo mug that I bought in $2.99 or $2,000. I bought this one, and I've got a blue one just like it except blue. And I'm gonna cry if I ever lose these mugs. I drink out of one or the other every day. It's just creature of habit. I guess it's kind of like Archie Bunker and his favorite chair. We've all got our favorite little things, and these. Matter of fact, one of the handles came off. I think may have been this one, or maybe the blue one, but I super glued it back on. Hadn't had no problems. That's been 3 or 4 years ago, and it's sustained. Of course, I wash it by hand every day, so it doesn't get the dishwasher effect. Every now and then, my wife will throw it in the dishwasher if she's washing dishes, but usually wash it by hand, and it gets. I take care of those Citgo mugs, to say the least. So let's get this tamped down and get it fired back up. Yeah, it's definitely in that liqueur-based. I got a pretty good draw off of it and didn't notice any tongue bite. And of course, you will get tongue bite more drinking a carbonated beverage, but I like it. It doesn't bother me. I've gotten kind of used to it. But now, if you get a tobacco, and if you're drinking Coke or Dr. Pepper or something like that, and or some type of carbonated beverage, and you're smoking something that tends to give a tongue bite, it'll magnify it. I promise you. Boy, the weather is, well, it's clouding up outside to the south of us a little bit, and it's kind of cold today. We've had several good days where we've been up in the lower 60s to mid 60s. We've even had a day or two in the last couple of weeks that got to 70 or 71, which is uncharacteristic for this time of year in North Louisiana. And kind of got spoiled to it. But we've got today it's hovering around that 40 mark, and it's supposed to get up to 55 or 56, 57 today. Tomorrow's high is only supposed to be 45 and down in the 20s tomorrow night. Of course, it's Sunday, back up to 66. Sunday 61, Monday like 66. So, of course, it is March 1st today, and ours ought to begin a steady climb into decent weather every day from this day forward. But we've got, I'm going to do a garden this year, a little vegetable garden out at my dad's. He's give up the garden. He'll be 76 in May, and he's built several planters out of landscape timbers, and he's built 4 or 5 of those, where they're about waist high, and he can just, he can stand there. He doesn't have to bend over. The bending and whatnot is what gets him, and he'll do his tomatoes and peppers and onions and whatnot in that. But he's took his tractor and broke up his ground for me, and I'm going to go out and, I'm going to do some tomatoes and pepper, bell pepper, cayenne pepper, squash, cucumbers, whatnot. Stuff like we go through a lot of tomatoes in the restaurant. We do a lot of chili and a lot of homemade soups and whatnot, and go through a ton of tomatoes year round. So I'm going to put up tomatoes simply because we like them fresh, and they make our homemade soups taste a whole lot better. So bell pepper, we can freeze it, and we go through a ton of bell pepper and a lot of onion and whatnot through the year. So this year I'm going to, I need to exercise and whatnot, and we like them, and the restaurant uses them. So we're gonna try to, which we do during the growing season and harvest season. We offer a lot of fresh vegetables in our restaurant, through Country Cooking. We're barbecue primarily, but we do a plate lunch every day. As summer gets here, a lot of those vegetables will be fresher and fresher, as fresh as we can get them. And our customers truly like that, and they appreciate it and can tell it. It's a big difference. But now we're closed on Sundays and Mondays. So Monday, is going to be a perfect fishing day. 66 degrees, and my boat's in the shop, and I doubt seriously it'll be back. Had I not have been lazy and got it on up there Wednesday, I'd probably got it back sometimes today. Might get it back Monday. I sent it in for some routine maintenance. Water pump on the outboard, which is something that needs to be done every 5 or 6 years anyway. Getting that done. He's rewiring the trailer, the lights, night lights where I can run in after dark and that kind of stuff, bow lights. And one of the things I'm excited about is putting an AM/FM CD player in it. So that'll be kind of nice to listen to the radio from you fishing. Everybody knows I love to bass fish, and any of you other bass fishermen out there, I want to show, has any of y'all ever tried this little rattle trap series, little lipless crankbait? This bait's good year round, buddy. This thing, you can fish it if you crank on it hard. It'll go deep. You can fish it shallow. You can fish it, and it'll do good in the cold weather, the hot weather, during spawning season, whatever. This one is rattle trap, and this company is out of Alexandria, Louisiana. It's about 90 miles south of here. This one, they're bad about putting just numbers on it, but this is kind of I don't know exactly what color without looking on their chart. Some of them they put the color names on them. This is a good looking little bait, and it is pumpkin pepper green sparkle. I picked those up yesterday, and I've got a ton of rattle trap baits and because I fish them year round, and crankbaits are a big favorite of mine. But here lately, I've gotten off on the rattle trap deal. It's been. I'll show you. Now this is the way this camera is, but I've got several colors that we fish, and you know, just some all in this part of the country. All these crawfish-based colors do exceptionally well here. Crawfish is one of them. Is bass fish. It's one of their favorite. They'll snack on that. I've seen them take crawfish crankbaits and be full of fish. They weren't hungry. They just will. And you know, when I bass fish, I catch and release about 90% of what. Every now and then we'll take some for a fish fry. About 90% of them we gently release back into the water. It's a sport. And now, if I'm fishing to eat, we'll go after the crappie, or down here we call them white perch. Best flavored fish, in my opinion. Freshwater panfish is the best. You know, of course, we eat a lot of catfish and whatnot down here too. But if a lot of times, a little hint on if you guys that like to bass fish, if you will freeze those bass when you fillet them. If you'll freeze them in 7-Up or Sprite, it'll take that gamey, that fishy, that water, you know, lake taste out of them. And bass are bad about that. It'll take that out. And I haven't tried it on white perch or crappie. It would have to do well on that too. But next time you catch some and you put them in the freezer, freeze them in 7-Up or Sprite. It'll make all the difference in the world. But yeah, I love the crankbaits, and they've got some really exotic color. I mean, I love crankbaits too, but rattle traps, you know, it's kind of cool how they do their colors. You know, you got Smoky Joe here, just some really good colors. Tennessee shad here, you know, and this is a good hot bait. One here y'all will like probably. It's called root beer. Root beer is an old color that's been around for years and years and years on crankbaits and rattle traps and whatnot. But anyway, like I say, just a little Friday ramble. Loving that big band music, and I'm not good enough on it to tell who's playing. Got it on satellite. It's channel 801 on DirecTV, and I can't see the TV from here. But really enjoying this Black Value too. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope the weather's better in other parts of the country than it is here. Like I say, it's really not. It's clouding up. It wasn't supposed to rain today, and it may not. No, it's not as cloudy as I'm thinking. I'm looking. It's kind of got it. Our back patio's kind of got it, but if it would warm up, we'd have a good weekend. But this pipe smokes good. I have yet to ever overpack it. Just for a little cheap $40 basket pipe. I think this thing was $38 or $40, and I'm sure you could pack it too tight, but I've yet to, and I don't use any kind of method. I'm bad about that on, you know, the 1, 2, 3 method. I'm bad about. I've got 2 or 3 good pipes that I hadn't had to do that on, so I just plop it in there, you know, and pack it and do the char light. But I've got some now that if you don't pack it with that, you know, that 3-step method, you're gonna wind up having to dump it and start over. But I've got none of my Savinellis. I don't have to do that on. A couple of basket pipes. don't have to do it on. I've got all of the Dr. Graybows you better do it on. I've got an Aldo Valenti. If you don't do the baby step, lady step, man step, you're gonna dump it out. It's a good smoking pipe, but you've got to pack it right. Anyway, hope you enjoy the video, and hope you enjoy as much as I do each other's company. That's the thing that's what I really enjoy. Enjoy you guys' company and girls, where we just sit and enjoy a pipe. And like I say, a lot of us live. I'm in Louisiana, like Guy Witherspoon's in Pennsylvania. Mark and Amber's not too far away there in East Texas, and Alfred's in Georgia. So we're all far away, and I hate that I missed the barbecue and barn dance thing. And next year I'm going to try to come. It just didn't work out at a good time for me, but maybe we can do these regional deals and meet. I'm still working on getting my Skype up. Their Keith is over in the United Kingdom, and he and I are supposed to start Skyping if I'll get up off my butt and get my Skype account set up. I thought I had it, and then it didn't work out, and so I'm going to have to get my wife to sit down with me and help me with this. I think she's got it on her computer. But anyway, until next time, God bless.